Hi everybody, so today I'm going to be teaching you how to work out at home with just dumbbells. Let's get into it. So there's a variety of exercises we can do with dumbbells. Now the dumbbells I have here are dumbbells that I can change the weight on and make it easier or harder depending on what exercise I'm doing. If you only have a certain weight dumbbell, then that's fine. There are ways around it, such as doing less reps, which is good if you want to build strength, or if you only have light dumbbells, doing more reps or slowing down the movement, and it makes it harder. So let's get into some of the things we can do. So if we want more of a cardio-based workout, then we have very simple things, just doing exercises with weight, such as lunges. So we have them by our side, and we just lunge. Now, we want to keep that in the middle, not out in front of us, because that will be the easiest place it will be. Now, if you want to make it really difficult, then we can either take one dumbbell, put it above our head, make sure it's stacked against our shoulder, and then lunge. Now it's slightly harder, or we can do the same with two. So above our head and lunge. Takes a bit of mobility to be able to have the dumbbells above your head or stacked on your shoulder, but that's the safest position it will be. You don't want it wobbling out to the side. So that's if you're advanced. Now, we can also do exercises that keep the muscle in one position but are still difficult, such as a front rack hold. So a front rack hold is putting the dumbbell in this position in front of us and just holding it. Now we can do it with two, or we can just have one here and one down here, out to the side. And you'll find that that's difficult when you try it. And you could even walk around in that movement. That will make it harder for you if you find it too easy, or if you've got a light dumbbell. Move around, do so many lengths of your living room or wherever you're working out. And that will be a good way to get your heart rate up, but also work the muscle in a different way. Now, another active moving exercise is we can turn our dumbbell into a kettlebell and hold it like this, and all we're doing is slightly bending our knees, dumbbell goes through our legs, and we're just driving with that hip. We can go above our head, so a bit harder, but we're always keeping that back straight and not bending, because that will damage our back, and that's not what we want. Now again, if you've got a light dumbbell, just do more reps, or if you've got a heavy one, do less reps. But you could do it with two if you've got two small ones. Same way, same thing, but just to make it a bit heavier. Now you could do the lunges that we spoke about earlier with that front rack position as well, like this. A lunge puts a lot of the pressure on your quadriceps as you're going along, but it just makes a difference when you're trying to work out. So now we're going to move into our shoulders and how we can train them, whether it's for muscular growth or strength or something like that, just to get a good workout. And we're going to start with front raises. So we can have them in this position and lift up, or we can have them like this, which is even harder, and we lift them up. Again, heavier dumbbells do less reps, lighter ones do more. To work the side of our shoulders, we can go out to the side. We want to have a slight bend in the elbow as we do that, otherwise we'll injure our elbow. So slight bend and lift out to the side. We can do another one for the deeper muscle, the rotator cuffs in our shoulders. Start in this position behind us and twist, come forward. Now that is a difficult exercise. If you can't do it with the dumbbells you have, then find something a bit lighter and build up to it, because we don't want you injuring your rotator cuff by doing the exercise. Some more exercises we've got for our shoulders is our pressing. So we've got a strict press, so we can start in this position, push up, keeping our back tall, keeping our chest up, head up, and simply pressing. Don't need to lock our elbows out, or we can do it out to the side like this, make it slightly more difficult. Now, if we have a heavier dumbbell, we might want to do what's called a push press, or if we want to just learn this exercise, it's a great way to change up the exercises so you don't get bored. And what a push press is that the power comes from your legs. So you slightly bend your knees, and as you push up, the power is going to help you push these dumbbells up. So it's just a slight bend in the knee. Remember, when you come down with the dumbbells, bend your knees slightly to take the impact. Now, if we've got even heavier dumbbells and we want to learn this next movement, which is called a push jerk. So the push jerk looks like this. And we can do it this way. So as you saw, I pushed through my legs, but as I pushed up, as I let the dumbbells come up, I dropped down again to catch them in that position. Now this is a proper weightlifting, powerlifting movement that is used by professionals. If you don't feel confident getting under that weight, then don't do it for now. Now another exercise, slightly similar but slightly harder, is the dumbbell thruster. Now this is going to use your shoulders and your legs, because you start with them here and you're going to squat down, and then as you come up you're going to push. So that's quite a taxing exercise. So remember, when you go down to the squat, to breathe in, so it's and breathe out when you come back up. You breathe out on the effort and breathe in on the non-hard part of the movement. So in that case, it's the going down to the squat. And breathe out when you push up. Now, similar to that, we can take out the press part and have our dumbbells in our front rack and just squat down. We can have them out the front here. Now, that's our squat, but we also can do something if we want to try and improve our mobility and make it harder if we've only got a light dumbbell, which is we can take one dumbbell, put it above us, stacked above our shoulder, and then we're going to squat down, push back up. Now that's quite difficult and takes mobility and flexibility in your shoulder and in your legs as you're going down, to keep that good position for your back not to curve or hyperextend, but perhaps work up to it. Perhaps try without the dumbbell and see how you get on. Now you can do it with both dumbbells as well, the more advanced you get. So now we want to look at some other perhaps more advanced exercises. Now one of them is called a clean, and you may have seen me do it just then when I was lifting the dumbbells up. And what a clean is that you start like this and you go down. This is the full clean, dumbbells touch the ground, you come up. As you come up, you're using your legs, come onto your toes, and then the dumbbells flick up. So they flick up into that front rack. So, and notice that I slightly drop down to catch them in that position. Now you can fully drop down and you catch them into what's called a squat clean. Now that's more useful when the dumbbells are heavier, but if you've got lighter dumbbells, then you can stick with a power clean, which is where you don't go down to that squat level. Now another exercise you can do, which is a bit harder than that, it's called a snatch, a dumbbell snatch. So you can do it with 2 dumbbells. So you're going to start down here, and then as you pull up, you're going to pull them up and they're going to go above your head. So it looks like this. So again, notice how I caught under it and dropped below it to catch it. Now this can be easier with 1 dumbbell. So it looks like this. So you're in that good position, back straight, legs bent, dumbbell in between you, and you're going to pull up. Now that was more of a squat, snatch squat, but you don't have to drop that low, depending on how heavy the dumbbell is again. So within that exercise we had another one which was just our deadlifts. So that's a very simple exercise, just bending down. How low can you go? You can either have legs wider apart, you can even have them a lot wider, have them in the middle, like a sumo deadlift, and that just creates tension and builds up the muscles on the inside of your legs as well. So now we come to our final few exercises that we're going to look at. Now this next one is called a renegade row. Now this is where you're in a plank position like this on top of your dumbbells, and then the idea is that you pull the dumbbell to your body and then you press up on it. So this creates a deficit in the push-up, makes it harder, and that is the row to help your back. We want to mainly be using our back to pull and not our biceps, because the back will be able to last longer because it's got more muscles and it's bigger. Now that's one aspect to it. The other aspect is that your core is going to be there, standing strong. You don't want to be moving side to side. When doing this exercise, you want to keep that strong plank position and just move your arms if possible. So it's good to practice balance as well. Now this final exercise is going to be very difficult, especially if you've got heavy dumbbells, but it's great to get a sweat on and work really hard. And this is called a devil press. So the idea is that you start up here and start with our dumbbells. We drop down into a burpee, come up, swing, and end up there. Now this is just making a burpee with dumbbells, so it just makes it harder. But when you swing, you're going to catch them up here, so it's essentially a dumbbell burpee with a kettlebell swing with dumbbells. But it's a great one to add in to increase your heart rate and get a sweat on. As you can see, I'm sweating just from doing these few exercises. Now we can talk about how you want to put all these together to make a good workout. Maybe just take some of them and do 10 of each, of say 4 or 5 of them, maybe 2 times around, 3 times around. It all depends on your skill level, your strength level. If you want to improve your strength, then have rests in between them. If you've got a heavy dumbbell, do 5 of them, have a rest, do it again, perhaps 4 sets of that, go on to a different one. If you've got a light one, maybe 15 to 20 reps and do as many as possible. Even going to failure can be good. Not every time you do a session, but occasionally, just to really work the muscle beyond its capacity or to find its limit is a great way to work out. And by varying it, it means that you keep progressing. So I hope this has been a useful workout tip, and we'll see you in the next one.